IVM.
Namaskar, how are you? My name is Ashish Vidyarthi and good to see you here, dear friend, on Begin the Journey. So, what is storytelling? Storytelling. Arey yaar, kahani mat suna. What is storytelling, which everybody seems to be going for nowadays? I remember the earliest times storytelling was, Arey, kahani mat bana, don't make stories. Stick to facts. Facts are numbers, right? Everyone is talking of numbers. We all know how important numbers are. But then, how does storytelling fit into this entire game? This is something which I have been thinking about and want to share a few thoughts and see how you can apply it in your life. Let's look at it this way, that things that are happening around us, there are certain facts. Things like figures like what is the interest that your bank is paying, how much money you need to pay, what is your EMI, what is the amount that you are getting. Very hard, clear facts, absolutely numbers. Now, these numbers don't remain just as numbers for us. These numbers become stories automatically for us. Some EMIs are not just 42.56 thousand, it becomes bahut zyada hai yaar, it's too much. Something gets the money that you're getting paid is not just that amount, 22,015. It is more like, arey yaar, bahut kam hai, this so less that I'm getting. I should have gotten so much more. I'm not worth it. And some numbers that you are getting become like 2,25,000. Oh gosh, so less. I should be getting more. They just don't value me. Now, numbers have suddenly become stories, unknown to us, sitting quietly. Though we say that we are just dealing with numbers, we are saying something about those numbers. We say, look, we must do more than this 22.7, and then we are weaving some stories around those numbers. Why are stories needed? Stories are needed which give you a plan of action. Numbers are facts. Stories propel you into action. I want you to bring this story closer to you. Remember, there are certain numbers that you are doing in your life. It could be your weight, it could be your blood pressure, it could be the number that you're earning, it could also be the numbers that you are spending. Each of those numbers are facts, all right? Don't argue with it. They are absolute stark facts. But then, there are stories that you weave around it. You know what? I really wish to earn more money, more than this money. Well, it is the story that you have about that which can either inspire you or deflate you. Over the years, I have discovered the power of stories, the power of deflating my opportunity. Oh, I can't do it. Or how it inflates, how it really creates and widens the perspectives of my possibilities. When I say, you know what? Yes, this is a problem figure. I want to increase it. How can I do it? And that's when I can inspire myself to go beyond what I have already done to get the numbers that I have. Consider for a moment, even if numbers are facts, stories allows you to change and alter those facts. Stories propel people, inspire people to take actions. I want you to look at what are the stories that you are making around your numbers. Create inspiring stories. Through my life, I have tried and inspiring myself to create larger games, bigger than yesterday. Because I'm very clear, as I play bigger games, it could be with my health, it could be with my relationships, it could be in my career. I have altered the existing numbers. So dear friend, if you wish to shift your existing numbers, create a story which inspires you to take on more. And remember, you may always come over to my website, avidminer.com, or join me on my journey on YouTube, Ashish Vidyarthi Official. And I will share how you can create stories around your numbers so that you can grow. Oh yes, life is about growth. Let's create inspiring stories which make us grow. Al Shukran Bandhu. Al Shukran Zindagi. Thank you for joining me on Begin the Journey.
I hope you enjoyed that show. I'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Intel, for supporting us. So Jasleen Royal came on Storytellers and Storytellers this week with Vineet. It was a really interesting conversation. Do definitely check that out. Hamsini Hariharan is back on the Pragati podcast after an extended absence. Hamsini was one of the original hosts along with Pravan, but she was unable to continue. But we're glad to have her back. She's talking about her experiences since she left. She's been studying in China. Definitely check that out. You'll enjoy that. Abhijit Ganguly was on Cyrus Says a couple of weeks ago, and he had such a great time, and we were so happy to have him on that we asked him to join us for Cocked and Bull, and he was on this week. Do check that out. And lastly, I'd like to mention our Tamil show. We've been doing a show called Kadai Podcast Punyan Selvan, hosted by Kavita Jiva. She has been phenomenal. She's rewritten the stories in a way which really, they speak to a modern audience. But Punyan Selvan is over, and she has started a new story, though. The new story that she started is Sivakamiyan Sabatham. I'm sure I mangled that pronunciation, and I'm sure you'll love it if you're a Tamil speaker. Do definitely check it out. And with that, I hope to see you again next week.
Advertising is dead. Yep, you heard me right. Advertising is dead. We're all in the content business now. Let's not call it news, TV, radio, etc., etc. It's all content, and we're in the middle of this weirdly exciting phase where all the borders and lines that have been drawn over decades has been swept away by this lovely thing called the internet. We're a show where we don't dwell on just the stuff that is now, but rather the wider stuff about advertising, media, content, and the whole goddamn circus surrounding it. Tune in every Tuesday for our weekly unboxing of the mystery box we used to call advertising. I'm Varun Dugirala, co-founder and content chief at The Glitch, and this is my new podcast, Advertising is Dead.